Your skull, femur, and rib cage are now gone, along with the rest of your skeleton. Welcome to your body without bones. This essential part of your anatomy has suddenly gone poof. What happens now? How would losing your bones make you incredibly sick? Why would you lose all your teeth? And how long would you last as a boneless blob? This is What If, and here's what would happen if you had no bones. Okay, so why are your bones so important? Well, your skeletal system is made up of tendons, ligaments, and cartilage, and it's not just a sturdy structure that keeps you standing straight. Your bones produce blood cells, fats, and minerals that support your entire body. But now, we're going to take all these essential bones out of you, from your skull to the phalanges of your toes. Forget keeping your feet on the ground. You're now a human jellyfish, and you won't last very long.
You don't have to become a shapeless blob to know that life can sometimes feel unstable. Let's be real, mental health challenges can seriously distress you and prevent you from achieving your goals. It could be anxiety or depression, or maybe you're just a human going through a hard time. But just as your skeletal system provides you with structure and support, well, therapy can equip you with the tools to navigate these challenges. That's why I'm thrilled to tell you about the sponsor of this episode, BetterHelp. Their mission is to make the often daunting world of therapy more accessible and affordable. Finding the right therapist can feel tricky, especially when you're restricted to the options in your local area. Well, BetterHelp is here to change that. It breaks down geographical barriers and matches you with a professional therapist based on your specific needs, all within a few days. And signing up is easy. Just click on the link in the description below or go to betterhelp.com/if for 10% off your first month of BetterHelp. Another thing I really like about BetterHelp is that you don't have to be stuck with the therapist that you don't fit with. You can easily swap your therapist for free and get the best help possible. See, getting help doesn't have to be stressful. You're just a few clicks away. Most people spend hours in the gym or on the treadmill every week, so why not give your mind the same kind of attention? If you're struggling, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Click on the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/if. And thanks again, BetterHelp, for supporting this channel.
So, what exactly would your boneless life be like? Well, for starters, you wouldn't be able to move. Now you can just watch What If videos in bed all day, guilt-free. And don't panic, just take a deep breath. But not too deep because you don't have a rib cage. And without a rib cage, your lungs won't be able to expand. Not having bones means you'd need to be hooked up to a ventilator 24/7. And now you're way more susceptible to infections because your airways are always open. This would let all sorts of nasty germs in. A common cold could quickly become pneumonia. But pneumonia would be the least of your worries. That's because without your bones, you don't have any bone marrow. Yeah, okay, so why is this such a big deal? Well, because your bone marrow is the main part of the body that produces your white and red blood cells. And without new blood cells, your immune system will be weaker. You'll be susceptible to diseases like leukemia. But at least you could try to enjoy a nice meal without any bones, right? Oh, wait, no, scratch that. You wouldn't have any teeth. Your teeth aren't bones, but they're anchored in your jawbone. And without a jawbone, nothing would be holding your teeth in place. You wouldn't be able to chew, and you'd need to be fed through a feeding tube. So there aren't many positives when it comes to a life without bones. Sure, you could avoid bone-related diseases, and you wouldn't have to worry about breaking any of your bones again, but that's about it. The worst part is, you wouldn't last very long. Without the structure and support that bones give to your body, and with no bone marrow to produce blood cells, your survival would be measured in minutes to a few hours. Okay, what if instead of instantly removing our bones, we just evolved without them? Yeah, well, if we evolved without bones, we would have never made it out of the ocean. We'd be living our lives like human jellyfish. Or we might have evolved to have an exoskeleton, like a clam. Yeah, sounds gross, I know, but the good news is that you wouldn't have to deal with it for very long. Your lifespan would decrease significantly since the skeleton provides much-needed protection for your organs. Yeah, your squishy brain would be left without its hard helmet, leaving your noggin extremely vulnerable. And not to mention your heart, lungs, and liver would also be in danger without your ribcage. Yeah, okay, this was a bad idea. Our bones do way more than we give them credit for, and we shouldn't take them for granted. Did you know that some people have a rare genetic disease similar to having no bones? It's called Hypophosphatasia, and it affects 1 in 100,000 babies born. People with this condition have bones that have difficulty absorbing calcium and phosphorus, making them extremely weak and prone to breaking. Thankfully, doctors are working on unique enzyme treatments. These allow the bones to slowly grow back so patients can move again. Our bones are essential. Sure, they can break and they might get in the way of things, but without them, we wouldn't be able to live. Okay, so now instead of having no bones, what if your stomach acid suddenly disappeared? Well, that sounds like a story for another What If.